Hello everyone, my name is Ellie DeBrino and this is my oral presentation on my literature review. My literature review was about the relationship between the COVID-19 vaccines and breastfeeding and pregnancy. For this semester, I had my internship at Wilmington Health in the OB/GYN department working with a physician. After a few weeks of following the physician, I figured out what my literature review would be on: the COVID-19 vaccines and pregnancy and breastfeeding. I wanted the future mothers to know more information about the vaccine and how beneficial it is for them, since data has not yet come out to the public as much. The goal of the literature review was to give the public correct knowledge about the safety of being pregnant or breastfeeding and receiving one of the COVID-19 vaccines. Since the coronavirus pandemic began in 2019, there's not much data collected on the virus and what it does. Long-term data has not yet been studied, only short-term. I was able to find sources that were needed by using primary sources as well as secondary sources in government documents. These sources were found on public databases and other search engines and read through each to determine which sources would be useful. The results of the studies have shown no negative reviews of the mRNA vaccines when it comes to pregnancy and breastfeeding. Breastfeeding after receiving the vaccine has shown positive effects because the antibodies from the vaccine transfer to the newborn by breast milk. The antibodies also have passed through the placenta if the mother gave birth a few weeks after the last dose of the vaccine was administered. Finally, since women are considered high risk, they are more likely to end up hospitalized with the infection if they are not vaccinated rather than they are. After doing the research, it is recommended that pregnant women receive the mRNA COVID-19 vaccines, which are Pfizer and Moderna. Breastfeeding after receiving the vaccine is also recommended. The next steps for everyone are to study the long-term effects if it is possible. Although there is not enough research done on the vaccines with these participants, the short-term effects are highly beneficial. The mRNA COVID-19 vaccines are what the physicians will recommend to you when discussing the vaccine. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you learned a lot.